Most players think they're practicing the right way, but they're wasting hours every single day and still barely improving. If you actually want to go pro in Fortnite in 2026, there's one thing that separates the players who make it from the ones who don't, and it's how they train. In one of my previous videos, I showed you how to start your journey, but now we're going deeper. I'm breaking down the exact routine that top pros use and how you can use it at any skill level. Stick with me because this can completely change how fast you improve. And let's hop right into it. All right, so you guys are gonna load into any mechanics map that has all of these same sections. And the first section we're gonna go into is the Freebuild section. Now for this is just for getting right on. And so we're gonna just go around and Freebuild and warm up our hands and our wrists. So when we go do the drills after this, we are actually able to lock in on them instead of having to focus about warming up our hands and wrists once again. Now, once again, you don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You don't have to do quad edits and triple edits. You can just do whatever you guys want. Remember, I have a video on how to free build correctly. If you guys want to get better at free building, I recommend going and watching that. But yeah, once again, this is only to warm up our hands. So just free build for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I will see you guys in the next section. All right, so it's been about 5 to 10 minutes, and now we're gonna go into the comp section. Now that might seem different from the usual edit section I take you, but that's because my favorite part for editing practice is in here. Now, you guys can just do this drill without the actual optimal edits, but since we're focusing on improving everything, we're going to turn on optimal edits, and we're not going to do it fast like this, like most people, like where you just go as fast as you can. No, we're going to follow the line, and we are just going to continuously do the edits and follow the line and stay as consistent as possible. And then after we do it about 50 times, we are going to speed it up to the next level, and we're going to try and add all this consistency and accuracy together as well as the speed. Once again, after you've done it about 50 times on the slower speed with the optimal edits, if you did it on medium, you'd go to hard, but since we were on easy, we're going to go to medium. And now this is going to speed it up a little bit, so you're going to have to be faster and actually do the optimal edits at a faster pace, which will get you more game ready like. So when we go into other parts of this map and this routine, you guys will actually be locked in like you're supposed to be. As well as crosshair placement is the most important thing when it comes to Fortnite. It literally helps you in every aspect of the game. It helps with your aim, your editing, your building, where your actual movement will end up and stuff like that. So by doing this drill every single day, it will actually put you way ahead of other people. And once again, after we do this for about 50 times, then we're going to click back here and we are going to go into the aim section of this map. Now, aim sections, there's 3 things you guys need to be focusing on: close range shotgun shots, medium range like AR sprays, SMG sprays, and long range shots. Now in my map personally, I have a lot of really good close shotgun drills. My favorite is the shotgun dodge, but these 2 are great as well. Now for medium range, we have bounce tracking and axis tracking, which are really good as well. And then for long range, we have surge tags. We are going to be adding some new ones soon, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But I'm going to switch to a different AR. I'm actually going to do a pistol for this one. But the first thing we're going to do is the shotgun dodge. And the reason I like this one so much is because it incorporates movement into the actual aim drills, which makes it more realistic to actual in-game scenarios, which makes it easier to apply when you do get in those realistic scenarios. The whole main aspect of this drill is to hit these red dots and then avoid red barriers that are coming at you. But if you get hit, it's fine. Just try not to get hit as best as possible. And you're going to want to do this one about 200 to 400 times, because only doing this one for about a minute, you'll get around 100 tries. So doing it for about 400 tries will get you at about 4 minutes. All right, and as you guys can see, it only took me a little bit amount of time to do the 100. I'm going to stop here, but you guys should go from 200 to 400 different ball of shot. Then you're going to come back to the aim section and you're going to move on to the next distance, which would be medium. So I'm going to work on bounce tracking today, and it'll show you where the targets are coming from, and you just spray at them when they come towards you and try and get as much damage on them as possible and possibly get the kill. This is really good for people like grappling on you and reload, or the people in the jetpacks coming down towards you. So that's what I recommend using this for. It helps your quick aim get better. And as well, if you guys want to make this more realistic, you guys can move around while shooting, like doing crouching, jumping, and walking around, just to make it a little bit more realistic, because not everyone is going to stand still and shoot. You guys are going to move around a bit. Now eventually, after doing this drill for multiple days in a row, you're going to get really good at these actual beams right here, and you'll probably be able to kill most of the targets. I haven't done this one for a while, so I'm getting back into it. But once again, this is one of the best medium range drills you guys can do, because it really incorporates bots moving and you getting shots on them while they're constantly moving up and down and side to side. Yeah, once again, you're going to want to do it until the target thing on the left hand side of your screen says about 50. Anywhere from 50 to 150 is really good, and you should kill at least a couple targets in the meantime of doing. All right, and once you've done it for the amount of time you want to do it, or the amount of tries, then we're going to come back once again, and we're going to go into the aim section, and we're going to either go to axis tracking or surge tags. I'm going to go to axis tracking, as this is the drill that I think is the most important in the game altogether. And your main goal for axis tracking, just to follow the target and try and get as much damage as possible on the target without losing the... And once again, if you guys want to make this more realistic, you guys can move around with it, just doing like simple movements. It's going to make it harder to hit the target because you're going to be less accurate, and you guys are going to once again just try and get the max amount of damage you guys can. I recommend trying this out with all of the different ARs there are, like the Deadeye, the Enforcer, everything like that, just so you guys get more consistent with every single weapon instead of just one in your training. So yeah, that's what I recommend doing. Once again, you're just going to do this one for about 1 to 3 minutes. If you guys want a perfect time for what your actual best focus time is for yourselves, I have a whole video on how people optimize every routine for themselves. So if you guys want to know what your best time is per drill, go watch that video after this one. I'll leave it at the end of this video. Once again, after you do this for however long you guys want, 1 to 5 minutes, we're going to come back here, and instead of doing any one of these, remember, you only want to do 3 drills of aim per day, so you're not overusing aim drills. Then we're going to come back here, and we're going to go into the most important section of any mechanics map. This is piece control. Now, piece control takes everything that we just learned, the static drills, the free building, all of that, the crosshair placement, and puts it into one thing you can use. Now, we have 20 different drills here, so I recommend doing 3 separate drills every single day at complete random, and that will make it so you guys always have something new that you guys are going to be working on in this map. As well as if you guys get bored of doing it at the same speed, you guys can slow it down to work on actual crosshair placement, full boxing the bots correctly, or anything like that, or speeding it up so you guys can do it faster. I know a lot of really good players that speed it up to about 120, 150%, and actually do these drills all through that, as well as you guys can choose the bot health. But I'm just going to be showing you guys. Now, I'm going to do a random drill. I'm going to be doing this one. And the main goal for the first 2 piece control drills is to not just be super quick and kill them. It's to actually get the correct placement around the bots and get the right hand peaks on them. Now, I know a lot of you guys like to just like spam it like this and then try and get a fast kill, but looking fast and actually being fast are 2 completely different things in Fortnite. So as long as you're full boxing the opponent and you don't have to spam your camera the other way, you guys are pretty good. Now, once again, I recommend doing this one, each of these drills 10 to 15 times, just because it helps you lock in the actual scenario of the piece control. And once again, the main thing I see that people do with piece control is they just do the same thing over and over again, like I've been doing for this first 7 rounds. Instead of doing this time, I'm going to edit a wall and do this and kill them like that. Or instead of just doing that, I'm going to do this, but when I come back here, I'm going to re-edit, come back this way, and kill them like this. So it's just changing it up, so when you do get into actual fights, you guys can reposition correctly and actually get the right shots you guys need, or in my case, get into right hand peaks so that they don't do any damage to me. Because once again, if I'm right here and I jump, my body is fully exposed. But if I come right here and jump, it's very hard for the actual person to see me, and it's easier for me to hit them, but them harder to hit me. Once again, you're just going to do this, and you can even come around like this. It just depends on what you guys want to do. And so just mix it up. And then once you guys do it 10 to 15 times, we're going to come back. And now we're going to choose another random at random. And so I chose this one. I have no clue what this is. And once again, the same thing. You guys don't want to do the same exact thing for every bot. So make sure you guys are mixing it up. But remember to focus more on accuracy than it is just getting the kill. Like, for example, if I do all this, but I don't get the roof up, they can just jump up and get out. So I got to make sure I place the roof first before I kill the bot. That will put that habit into your mind that you've got a full box set. As well, once again, as don't do the same thing over and over again. Take different angles, mix up your edits, do resets of your edits. Just make it as make it as realistic as possible to a real fight. Once again, after you do another drill for 10 to 15 times, you're going to come back and you're going to randomly pick another drill. Once again, just focus on the same things. Now, this one is you're going to actually try and focus on speed instead of the accuracy, just so you get it more game-like. Because if you guys are doing the drill like this, when you go into any scenario later on in this video, you're gonna get just absolutely fried. So you guys are needing to speed it up now. Even if it's a little less, even if it's a little bit more sloppy, you guys need to start speeding it up. Once again, after you guys do this a good amount of times, I did it way more than usual, you're gonna come back and you're gonna come back here and we're gonna go to the comp section one last time for this video. Now, the comp section has a bunch of different things that you guys can utilize to get better at the game, more consistent, everything like that. Like for example, your reaction time. If you guys need to practice your reaction time, you can do that. We have 3 different levels, which I recommend working on if you have really bad reaction time. Another thing is wall replace. So this will tell you how fast you're actually replacing the wall. This is the lowest you guys can get. So if you guys are getting something like this, please just sit in the lobby and just work on doing this, because it will help you get so much better at placing these walls, which will actually help you steal them from opponents in matches. And then as well as we have phasing practice and other stuff like that. So at the end of your training session, I recommend doing at least one of these drills for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how you guys feel. And then after you do all that, then we're gonna come back and we're gonna go back into the build mode, because the build mode is where we free build and we put everything that we just practice into play and at a more realistic speed going forward. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, well, I wanna work on edits that I can't normally do. So what you're gonna do for that is you're gonna come down here and you're gonna put the speed on 75. And you're gonna work on edits you can't normally do. Like I can't do quad edits in a row at least like 40 times. So I'm gonna just work on just doing quad edits, because it's all about getting that movement down regardless of how fast you are at the start. And then once you get that actual movement and editing down, then you can slowly speed it back up into the point where you actually can do the multiple quad edits in a row. And if you guys want to get even better at quad edits, I recommend just doing this. It's just a triple edit but without the wall, or it's a triple edit but using a cone instead of a wall, and then you just place the wall at the end. And so yeah, that's all you guys are going to do for about another 5-10 minutes. You're either going to work on the drills that you guys want to work on, or the type of editing you guys want to work on. So like quad edits, triple edits, double edits if you guys are new to the game, or other stuff like that, other retakes and different stuff like that you guys can do in slow motion. But if you guys once again want to actually work on your speed and get it game ready, then just go in here and just free build and try and incorporate the stuff we learned, the crosshair placement, the accuracy, and even try and incorporate some of the piece control into your actual build. So like if you come right here, pull box like that, shoot, stuff like this, just so you're incorporating it into your actual free builds. And once again, I do have a full video on how to free build and stuff. If you guys want to go watch that, I will leave it at the end of this video as well. But yeah, once again, you do either one of those for 5 to 10 minutes. Then we're going to go back to the lobby and we're going to queue into some creative maps. And I'm going to tell you about each one and why you guys should queue into these maps. All right, so as you guys can see, I loaded it into the first map, and it is just any 1v1 or PG's map. Now, the reason I'm saying these types of maps is because these help you get height fast, work on getting up as quick as possible, as well as they help you with your actual fighting in the game, which make it a lot better for when you're in real game scenarios and you actually have to fight. Now, once again, the main thing you guys need to focus on in here is applying what you guys learned in creative today, or those piece control drills, and applying it into your fights, even if it means losing. And once again, you will lose some, you will win some, but the main thing you guys focus on is applying what you guys learned in the game, in the creative session, into the actual game-like scenarios. Now, this isn't the most game-like scenarios you guys can get, because this is obviously PGs, but the next couple of maps are going to be more realistic to actual game scenarios. Once again, now that I've cooked this dude a little bit, we're going to leave and we're going to go into the next map. All right, and now we are in the second map, and this is the Martaz turtle fights. And the reason I recommend this map so much, and I even actually recommend this map over 90% of box fight maps, is because it allows for constant pressure, no breaks in between, and you get to fight people that are actually somewhat good at the game. Your guys' main purpose here is to take as many fights as possible and try and see how other people play, so you guys can change fighting to be against better players. Once again, that's going to mean you're going to die a lot, and you're going to try and apply the things you have learned, but that also means you're going to get better extremely fast. Once again, you're going to go up against some crazy good players. But remember, you're going to focus on things that you guys have learned in creative and or piece control, or just try and win some more fights. If the players are really good, your main goal should be winning against the very good players and not implementing those things, because once again, winning against a better player will boost your confidence, even if it's only one time. But once again, come in here, take as many fights as possible and try and implement some stuff. But once again, if you do go up against really good players, then take those opportunities to fight those really good players, and actually even try and add someone if they are better than you, because it'll give you constant practice if you guys can fight each other, at least for you. But yeah, now we're gonna go into the third map that I recommend. And yeah, this next one is an absolute banger. So this is the solo endgame, and I'm pretty sure it was made by Aussie Antics or his team or whatnot. But this is literally the only reason I am able to take end games in tournaments. And this is also another reason I am able to actually take fights and win a lot of my fights. Now, I will hands down say this is one of my favorite maps to play just for fun and to actually lock in. It literally trains everything. It trains fighting, it trains getting high ground, it trains getting placement consistently, everything that you need for tournaments, regardless of how the tournaments play out. And so if I can recommend one map that you guys should play, it would be this map. Now, once again, the reason I showed you 3 separate maps is because I want you to play a different map every single day, just so you guys aren't getting stuck on the same thing. Because once again, if you take fights only from one environment, you guys will be stuck in that environment. Now, once again, you guys can play this map however you guys want. You guys can play for placement. You guys can play for taking as many fights as possible. You guys can play passive aggressive. Do whatever you guys want. Once again, there's multiple different ways you guys can play this. Just play for what you guys are working on the most. If you guys need better placement in end games, play this with your duo. If you guys need better placement with kills, play this and get kills. It's focusing on the things you guys need to work on the most and actually applying them to your games. So that's what I recommend doing. No one's on height, so I'm gonna just take this real quick. I'm gonna connect up here and I'm gonna look back. Now it pulls backwards and there we go. I won the first round I hopped on for. So once again, you guys are just gonna play it how you guys want to play it. I got a couple of kills, I won the game. And you guys are going to play this for about 30 to 45 minutes. The other things I would do is after that, I would go directly into reload and play 2 reload matches and go for as many fights as possible. Once again, trying to apply the things you learned, but if the player's too good, then just trying to kill the player. And then once again, after that, go into 2 regular BR ranked games, so you guys are still up on your BR ranked. And then as well as if you guys want to actually go pro, you guys need to be playing as many tournaments as possible, as well as after your ranked games, you guys should go into scrims and trying to get into pro scrims. That will take you guys to the next level. But once again, you guys don't have to do all of that. But if you guys want to maximize your potential as a player, that's what I recommend doing. And if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys thought about this video. Also, go into the item shop, come down to support a creator and type in flow and press search, and then you can close this out. As well as go click on one of these 2 videos that I have right here. One's about how to optimally set up a routine for yourself. One is about how to free build better. And I have been streaming every single day on Twitch this week, so make sure you guys come and follow my Twitch. My Twitch is twitch.tv/notflowfn, so you make sure you guys come in and tune into streams, as well as I will see you guys next week. I love you all. You guys have a great rest of your guys' day. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.